I'm going to give my uninformed opinion on this one after I ask because I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I watch them sometimes, so you might have an idea what I'm about to ask. Which is harder, WWE or UFC? The floor, gentlemen.
Oof, I saw this on the list too.
I wanted to ask this question with either Rickie or Jared here because so like at first, okay, so Rickie, let's set the parameters for what we're defining as harder.
Okay,
that is most important.
That's
how
important.
are we defining harder?
Because I'm going to say, uninformed opinion. I'm saying UFC.
Most people would.
I mean, it's real out there. It's real for WWE too, to an extent, but
here's my thing with.
Go ahead, Rickie.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna say WWE based on this notion alone. It's easy. If you want to fight, you can find it's easy to fight because fighting for most people, besides fight or flight and other sort of responses, here comes my psych line coming through, is a natural instinct for a lot of people. You have the capability to defend yourself because again, that's natural and you can train to do it. These are all natural movements. WWE is kind of like golf. They are unnatural movements because not only are you defending yourself, but you're kind of doing a song and dance. It's a choreographed performance with somebody. So like
I'm supposed to get my ass whooped right now. So
exactly.
I gotta get my ass
Yeah, I'm supposed to take this punch or take this body slam. Where Chris, if someone were to come up to you in the street and try to body slam you, you're resisting.
Right, right. Like with versus WWE, you're fake resistant if you're supposed to get body slammed.
You're working with your opponent as opposed to against your opponent.
Exactly.
Ricky, I don't remember who said
it's
this.
Like ballroom dancing, maybe.
It is.
Kind
it's
of.
exactly.
Ballroom dancing is awesome.
It's physical ballroom dancing, but it's like I forget where I heard it, but it's like the moves are the easy part. It's how you respond to moves getting done to you is what the hard part is of professional wrestling. WWE. And I'll add to that, like, UFC, it's a lot of training. The fight itself is brutal. You see the picture of the faces before and after the fight. It's tough. Injuries happen all the time. But what I will say with WWE is it is all year round.
Never stops.
Years upon years upon years. You can do a training camp for like 2 months, have the fight, and then take 6 months off. In fact, you have to, so your body can recover.
And you get paid.
I'm about to say, not to mention, you get compensated for those fights.
Yeah. WWE is, you're doing 5 matches a week sometimes.
Yeah.
In front of nobody. So it's, I would say, physically.
On top of training, too.
On top of training. I'd say physically, UFC might be harder because it is actually real and people get their brains turned into pudding.
You get kicked in the head.
Yeah. I mean, like, they get limbs broken. Like also, for UFC, you got to cut weight. That, like, you got to maintain your body even when you're not in training camp.
WWE doesn't have weight classes.
No.
I mean, we have fake weight classes, but they also still have to maintain an image. Like, for instance, Brock Lesnar just can't. Well, never mind. Brock Lesnar's a bad example because Brock Lesnar can do whatever the hell he wants. A wrestler like someone lower in the card, a wrestler. All right, let's take a female wrestler for example.
Like Austin Theory. It's like Austin
Austin Theory can't just all of a sudden
rising star, right? And
Austin
part
Theory
of his
just
appeal is that he's
all
ripped.
of a sudden just grow like long hair and a giant beard and look like Tom Hanks from Castaway. Like, he can't do that because he kind of has an image to keep because that's the image that they're promoting and they're pushing towards the public of this is that guy. So like they still have to stay in some sort of shape. Like Bianca Belair, for instance, Bianca Belair was on Game Day. Bianca Belair was on Game Day on ESPN. Was Bianca Belair wearing her natural hair? No. She was wearing the fake ponytail that she always has to wear at every public appearance.
She tries to wear it in the airport.
The same ponytail.
Yeah, it's a pony. Like, she has beautiful like natural hair, but she wears
Christian, pull the picture of her.
Pull Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair.
Gorgeous woman, fabulous backstory.
Really gorgeous, and her hair, the giant braid is fake.
Yeah, it's a clip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a clip.
All right,
yeah.
let's
do
let's
it really
switch to
well.
that.
It is a clip.
Yeah, see if you can pull it up. What we got here?
I got you.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. You guys keep talking.
Yeah, so she has to.
She still has to keep
lug that
image.
around, and she has to wrestle with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Like that's not necessarily an easy thing to do either.
Yeah.
Now, like UFC, you could do that. But
Yeah, there's
why would you
Bianca.
do
Yeah,
that?
you
Yeah,
see
there she is.
You see all the hair, and then like on the bottom left is what her natural hair looks like.
Oh, just right
yeah,
over
and like
here.
that top right there, you can see the braid going down her side. Yeah.
Oh, this girl's a wrestler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
she is a gymnast. She is a freak
No, she
of
wasn't a
nature
gymnast.
athlete.
She
What's
was
her
a,
name?
Oh my God, look at this picture.
Bodybuilder?
No, she's a Division I track star.
Track, that's what it is.
Is Bianca about to slam this girl? Is that
yeah,
what's
Yeah,
happening
she
here?
is.
fuck her up.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, so
this
Bianca
this
Belair's
woman is freaky
backstory,
strong.
Oh, I think these are the track days.
Yeah,
Nah,
no, she
what-
was
no, that's still SmackDown. That's
That's
SmackDown.
still
For a second, I
SmackDown.
thought she was doing hurdles.
No, she
She
is.
was.
She is doing hurdles.
yeah.
But like she was Division I track star at the University of Tennessee and was an All-American.
yeah.
Mm.
You know, like
Serious
she is-
athlete.
She is
Serious athlete.
No joke at all. But like she has to keep up that image with the long ponytail whenever she's in public and doing public appearances. You know,
Yeah.
on top of
Right.
Will's thing too as well. Even though UFC, you take all that time off, and WWE wrestlers aren't taking that much time off. You also have the added point of like these people are traveling
Yeah.
constantly.
Constantly.
Like we're
They're
talking
in
upwards
Memphis
of,
on Monday, and then they're in like Nashville on Tuesday, and then they're down in Atlanta on Wednesday.
and then you get 2
and-
days off, and then you're traveling again.
So,
Yeah.
so how do we make this distinction? Like
I would say lifestyle. I would say the
a
whole
harder
thing.
harder lifestyle.
Like the harder life, right? Like it's like
Not and
Not
just
If
physic-
you're saying physically, I might give it to UFC because it is more real.
Right. I bet them guys are in a tub full of guys and girls in tub full of ice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And can't walk for days after
If-
those
if you wanna do
fights. They
mentally
stand
and-
up long enough to put their arm up for the win. You know what I mean?
If
and
you
then
wanna
and
do-
they keep it together, and then they go in the back and,
and
just fall
collapse.
over.
Yeah.
If
You know,
want-
like in Creed when he was showing him like coming home, and he's just like, maybe I can't do this anymore. Like you come home beat up, man.
Yeah.
yeah. It's when we tie it all together. I am gonna say WWE because of this: the grinds, the constant training, the image, like physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Mm.
PR
It's-
appearances.
It's so much more than UFC. But if we're going just physically, I will give it to UFC.
I would
um,
agree with that. Yeah.
But you know, like once Francis Ngannou is done fighting, you don't really hear from him for a while. You know, like my man Kamaru Usman, he just lost his title, went on Joe Rogan.
We're not talking
since
about that.
then, you haven't seen him since. I know. I was so sad he lost too. But like these guys are in the public eye, and they gotta go hard just for a little bit. Then they gotta do it through SADA testing. So like
Yeah.
that's annoying too. So like they're both hard, but the actual whole lifestyle, who would I rather not be? In terms of difficulty, it's probably WWE. It's so much
There's a
more.
lot. Like, did you ever see? I mean, I know you probably saw the John Cena. Well, you saw the John Cena documentary like years ago when they did one, and like
Yes.
how he would be up at like 4, 5 in the morning, not to work out, not to practice, but to
Media.
do phone calls and PR.
Yeah,
over
Radio
radio
Oh,
stations
really?
It's-
around the world.
especially
Yeah,
during
really,
WrestleMania week.
You
Yeah.
really are a whole personality. That's the difference.
He has passed
Yeah.
650 Make-A-Wishes.
What?
He
What?
passed 650.
Yeah, he
Jesus.
he had broke his own record
What?
like
Make
every single
We
day.
talking about like Make a Wish Foundation?
Yeah.
Yeah, John Cena
Yeah.
has the most make a wish
By
wishes
far.
given.
John Cena is so famous.
He's
Yeah.
also such a nice person.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's famous to the extent, like, obviously he's been in movies and things, but like people that don't even know wrestling, watch wrestling. People like me, who didn't grow up watching wrestling, I've always known who John Cena was.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
hmm
So I mean, I'm sure the comments going to go at us for this, but that's why I put the question on here because there is no right or wrong answer. If someone's going to make a really good argument for UFC, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Fuck wrestling.